we got our shop up about 2 weeks ago. We've been running ads for about 6 days, and we are currently at about 14 sales. Applied, the advertising methods you teach in your mentorship in your course, the exact same. Like,
look at that! Like, we're finishing up our coaching call now, but today's sales so far. In sales. Super quick, I want to do a few questions for you for this quick interview, and this will probably be your part one here, showcasing your journey. I think it's super inspiring, the background that you come from, especially what you got going on in your life. So what's going on in your life right now in terms of your work, and why you started e-commerce?
So starting with the e-commerce was a journey that kind of started about 3 years ago. Just tired of kind of like just going to school, being in debt with school, going to 9 to 5 to try to pay your classes and everything. So started researching, honestly started on YouTube and just started watching content to how to make passive income and whatnot, and came across Amazon FBA. So I started with Amazon FBA. I ended up purchasing a course. I think it was like $500 course, but I purchased the course and just kind of started with that. Failed multiple times, lost thousands of dollars, trying to test different products and stuff on Amazon. And then after a couple of years of trying Amazon and not really making too much money, or kind of fulfilling my goal to leave the 9 to 5, I kind of ran across the drop shipping model. That kind of came up just by scrolling through content and everything, watching different YouTube creators, and I actually came across some of your content. I watched one of your live study cases, where you do it from beginning to end, and it was really helpful because like you show every part in between. Some other people don't really do that, they kind of skip parts out because they don't want to give you, free information. But you did do that. I felt like it was really genuine and honest, and that was always helpful too. But I tried drop shipping as well. We failed on about 3 products, and then I came across your mentorship. We decided to give it a go. So far, it's paid off. It's been quite an investment. Very happy that I made the decision to move forward with that, and it was a big decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I live in Ocala, Florida. I work from home as an auto claims adjuster for my 9 to 5. And currently, we got our shop up about 2 weeks ago. We've been running ads for about 6 days, and we are currently at about 14.4K in sales for about 6 days.
6 days. First, is this your first? Tell everyone, like, first, people don't believe it. Like, some people are like, are your interviews real? Like, explain what just happened the last few weeks. You joined how long ago, the mentorship?
About 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so
maybe 2.5 weeks. Yeah, two-ish weeks. We joined the mentorship. Just took the course, like I did. Or, we were instructed to just take the course and took notes and just tried to learn everything as thoroughly as I could. And then when the time came, I guess we got fortunate with the first product. And the first day, I want to say we did around 700 in sales. I then applied, the advertising methods you teach in your mentorship in your course, the exact same. Like, basically, that's how we got the 728. But then from there, I did scaling like you teach in the course. And then from there, it's been the limit so far. Haven't seen the limit yet. Still going. So
still going. That's incredible. I wanted to capture all the emotions here during the journey. And it's incredible to see. Just quick disclaimer for those who are watching. First of all, who built your site and who chose your product?
You and your team did.
Incredible.
Yeah, you guys set up the shop for us. You provided us with the shop. You provided us with the product. We just went in, tweaked a few things, and made our creatives exactly how you teach us. And we just tried to follow the formula that you provided to us as thoroughly as we could. And I wasn't expecting to succeed, on the first product like this, but it's happening. And it's surreal, to be honest.
It's even more surreal, which is cool because you've had multiple failing products in the past, right? Walk us through what was happening before you kind of found me and the team.
Okay, like previously failed products, like starting with Amazon.
Yeah, like, to tell us, like, with the drop shipping experience in a whole, like, before, why did you decide to start working with us? Because I'm sure you had a lot of pain trying to figure it out on your own. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the ultimate goal is and always has been to kind of just get out of that 9 to 5. So regardless of failures and everything, I'm going to continue to go regardless and just keep going until I achieve that goal. But yeah, starting with drop shipping, I was kind of just patching together, different YouTube videos and just trying different methods and stuff. And it wasn't working out like that. Needed like a clear set instructions with good methods, a good instructor, good mentor, kind of giving you that information. And that was the difference maker. It was just having the delivery of the very thorough information instead of just kind of trying to patch it together yourself to save money. It's you want to spend that money and invest in your life and future. And like I said, I witnessed, I watched one of your case study videos. Was kind of hooked to your content like that, and just from there, I watched all your content. And then, I figured it was a good idea. So I was like, well, I saw the mentorship on one of your videos. I was like, maybe I'll inquire, do an interview. Did an interview with your partner. I think his name's Jonathan. And from there, I joined up and just
Here we
learned
go.
everything as I could.
Cool, cool. I just want to, before you share your results now, I want to make a quick disclaimer. It's we have a group mentorship that John's a part of, and it's obviously a quick disclaimer that I am personally surprised how quickly you picked this up and how quickly you are just exploding your store. I mean, for me, it took me around 6 months to really hit my first what you did in 6 days, right? So kudos to you. And no matter how long the journey takes, it's very important for people to realize that everyone starts somewhere and everyone just needs to keep moving forward, right? You need to put yourself in the best position possible to succeed. And that includes the right guidance, the right community, and the right work ethic. And I think that altogether, that creates the success portion of what you're experiencing now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show them some of the results. You can share your screen, of course. Everything's going to be blurred out as John is continuing to scale this store. All right, John. So walk us through kind of like what you've done so far, maybe even like just an overall like stages, and the sales day by day. We could go to maybe the time frame, and let's go to the first day that you started, and we'll go up from there. This is today. Sheesh. What was that? I didn't even see that number. I think that was 60. Dang, bro. You didn't tell me what you're at for the day. Oh yeah,
I
6,500 on the
figured I would
day.
show you.
Holy, okay, let's see the first day. Let's not jump too far.
Okay, so this is the first day.
Okay. So what were
So
you doing on like for your first day? What was your setup here?
okay, so the first day, I did an ABO testing method taught in your course.
Mhm.
Also did a CBO method taught in your course. I put 5 different ad groups in the ABO, $20 each. I put the CBO at $50 total, and kind of just put all the creatives in there. Let those run. And then I saw that the ABOs were, for whatever reason, killing it better than the CBO. I ended up turning off the CBO and ended up doing duplicates of the ABO by the end of the day to kind of start the scaling process a little early.
Mm.
And so yeah, that's how it started. I started scaling like towards the end of that day when I saw that the ABO was doing a lot better,
Mm.
and then immediately the next day I started doing 5. I started copying it as well and scaling the ABO. And but that's kind of how day one started, was just testing with those 2 methods.
Cool. So 547 day one. Cool. Let's go to day 2 and 3. Most people don't realize how simple it is to launch TikTok ads.
All right, this is day 2.
So this is day 1 and 2 here. We're coming up. Day 2 looks like you did about, what was that? About 1,000 in sales, right? A little more than 1,000.
It's 2,300 sales.
So
Or
that
is that
is, yeah, that's 19th and 20th of January. Let's go to 20th alone. I want to see what we're at. Yeah, so you have the double. Yeah, there we go. Just,
gotcha?
yeah, there we go. Boom. So 1,700 day 2. And what were you doing here to scale to from 500 to 1,700?
So I got fortunate in the ABO, and usually in your videos you're like, hey, if you get one ad group that's working, that's all you need to start scaling. Well, I ended up having like 3 or 4, so I made 5. Well, I started duplicating, the 3 or 4 that were working. Yeah, it started adding up there, and that was it for that day. I had those 3 or 4 ad groups that were working, duplicated and scaled horizontally. That's how that day ended.
Good. Awesome. Let's go to day 3. Day 3, little bump in the road there. What happened?
I don't know. It might have been the day. They just weren't converting as good. CPA came up a little bit. I didn't really think much of it. I thought it was just a slower day. See, was that a Monday? That might be why too. It might have been on Monday.
Yeah, usually weekends do great. So
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I just took it as a weekend spike. I was still a little skeptical, because of it kind of doubled, and then I was like, okay, maybe it'll slow down. But overall, very happy with a Monday
yeah,
having
pretty
this.
solid.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Let's go to the next day here.
So actually, I wanted to note to end this day, since I did see see that drop off a little bit, a little bit of a level out, I started thinking about like new creative potential ideas, and that's kind of what happened. At this point, I started setting up new campaigns for the next day.
Cool. Yeah. And I know you had a little of a supplier scale, and one of the
Oh,
days
yeah,
ads were off for most of the day. So
that might be the next day actually. So that might be the day after this is where
let's
that
look at
happened.
it, because I want people to see even the problems that, come into
Oh yeah,
scaling,
yeah.
it's important. We want to, be as transparent as possible for sure.
Oh, I take it
Cool.
back. It might be the day after this.
Yep. So 1400 on that day. Let's go to the day after. So really here, you're just figuring out what's kind of working, right?
Right.
And going from there. I remember that we got on our call on, what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was Wednesday.
Wednesday, right? Okay, cool. So
I guess.
so tell us the supplier situation here
Okay.
and what you did about it.
Sure. So basically, Chinese New Year is like right around the corner where a bunch of manufacturers shut down production.
Mhm.
So we're having I was having issues finding particular variations of my product. So like if I have five variations of my product, five different colors, for example, it was hard to find like three of them that were completely out of stock. Kind of communicating with the fulfillment centers was a challenge. So you have communication challenges and lots of late nights trying to communicate properly and just trying to find the product. And at this point, already had 100 plus orders and from Friday. So, hadn't started fulfilling yet. So it was extremely stressful at this point. I was a little worried that, I wouldn't be able to find a manufacturer or
Mhm.
a manufacturer to provide product to fulfill all these orders. So yeah, it was a stressful couple of late nights there trying to find product.
Now, John, what did I tell you when I heard that you turned off your ads?
You said do not do that to keep scaling, and
Keep the
that made me
momentum
extremely
going.
nervous. Yeah, yep, you did.
And
You
you
did
know
say
what, John? The number one thing that I see 99% of drop shippers do is they worry so much about their supplier, and
hmm
they kill the momentum. By the time they actually launch the product that had so much potential, there are already people that are destroying them and all their potential. So when you have something that works, our model, scale, scale, scale. And that's what we're doing now. So let's go to the next day after that and see what happens. Turn back on ads.
So it turned back on ads, but also launched new creatives because the ad center kind of started notifying that they were getting a little worn out, a little overviewed.
Mm.
Uh, I don't know how serious that is or if it's if it's legit, but anyway, started thinking of new creatives and launched a test ABO, test CBO, just trying out new stuff, and a couple of them were able to hit, and I was able to start scaling too.
Fire. There we go. So the first, I remember you messaged me like, bro, biggest day. You put it in the Discord.
Yeah,
There,
yeah.
how did that feel, bro?
The word I keep using, surreal.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it. Just like, I go over to like Amazon FBA and I see like, $70 in sales. I'm like, man, that's rough. And then I come over to my drop shipping store and I see this and just a huge difference. And still surreal to me.
Yeah.
Just still going through the journey here.
Yeah, and it's exciting for what's to come. And something to add on to that is the fact that you have your Amazon experience. Once that you see a success in a certain product, you can always list it on Amazon. And I would actually suggest that on your own free time, is because a lot of times, sometimes people would search up your product on Amazon.
Mhm.
And if you are on the top of the list there, you're taking people from Amazon, you're getting customers, and you're getting from your website, because many times you do see that. However,
Mhm.
with the way we teach branding, for the most part, you don't have to worry about it, because people look at your website and you're like, oh my gosh, like I need to buy from this brand. I feel trusted. I feel like this is going to be perfect on me,
Mhm.
XYZ, right? And that's what you're doing here. So really, really nice. Awesome. Now let's get to the drum roll moment. Let's look at today's stats and tell us what's going on.
Okay.
I haven't seen this yet, John, so you gotta walk me
I
through
haven't looked at it in a little bit.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
went in full scale mode. Had a CBO that was working. Duplicated the CBO. Search scaled it throughout the day. And then the night before, I actually started. I took a couple of ad creatives that were working in another campaign, and I started it in another CBO, and that one took off. So I was like search scaling like three CBOs throughout the day today. In addition to the additional ABO that was working from the very first day. So I had about 4 campaigns that were profitable, and just been trying to be, real disciplined and scale throughout the day. Make sure I make time to scale throughout the day.
Amazing, amazing. And how about the things that we talked about on our last coaching call? How you doing on those?
Good, yeah. So I ended up applying to some of the apps that you recommended to the store. Conversion rate I feel like went up. I feel like average order went up a little bit. Well,
Hmm.
obviously conversion rate went up, but
Yeah,
yeah, the average order price also went up. And haven't started on some of the advice you provided yet. And but yeah,
yeah.
overall I applied the other things and clearly it's working.
Awesome. Yeah, I see the conversion rate went up. I think the last time that we were on the call, the conversion was like 1.2%. I think it's at 1.5 now, which is
Yeah.
good. And then your AOV, do you know what your AOV is at now for today? Let's look at analytics.
Okay. Also, I wanted to know, I forgot to mention something I also did with my new campaigns I was launching was start targeting the UK. That was like a first time targeting them yet. I hadn't targeted them yet. And I kind of looked up their time zone and everything to make sure I was hitting the right time zone and did some day partying and everything on that.
Nice.
And those campaigns did really well. And also, I believe it was a lot cheaper. I think the cost per click was like around 10 cents, which was insane to me.
Yeah. It's incredible. You have the right creatives, and you're gonna see UK traffic in other countries much cheaper than USA. So USA traffic converts better. So
Hmm.
remember, just look at the CPA. That's like the most important part. But you're gonna find some countries over the next few days that you're gonna want to keep on watch and really surf as well
Hmm.
as you see fit. And then remember, I want you to really take into account on what we talked about the other coaching call about trying another theme on another account, which is going to be big there. And if you don't have the time for it, because I know you have your job and also this, make sure that
Right.
you hire a developer through the method that I teach in the course. So that's going to be big there. Okay.
Okay.
And then let's see over here. What I'd suggest, do you have the app, the post-purchase after sell app?
Yeah. Yep. I ended up adding it and setting up. I think it's called a funnel. We set it up yesterday, and it's been working throughout the day.
Awesome. Cool. So I'm gonna end the recording here. Any last words to those who are on the fence of just like finally making this year the year where they actually focus and give it their full shot, and any words of inspiration for those who are watching?
Yeah, yeah. Just stay resilient through everything. Life's going to keep giving you challenges, and you're going to fail. And just make sure you take a lesson from every failure. Keep moving forward, and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself more than you do in your 9 to 5 every day.
Yeah, I actually want to show that. If we can look at that, like we're finishing up our coaching call now, but today's sales so far, 6,700 in sales. How much spent? Let's go to the spend for a second.
2052, 53.
It's really solid. That's a 3
Cool.
point, 3.2, 3.3x ROAS. That's really good.